Good evening, everyone. Doug Burson here again. Tonight, I need to go over some things with those of you who have a small business. There's been some new rules come out. I know a lot of you have heard about it. You've had questions, and I wanted to cover what we do know, what we don't know, and just try to bring you up to date. Also, for those of you who this doesn't fit, I think we're going to do either Monday or Tuesday. I got to check my calendar. I think I'm going to do an open meeting again with everybody and just do an open forum, some things that I've seen this season that I think would be helpful to everyone, as well as allow you guys just to ask questions. And since we haven't been able to have in-office appointments like we would have liked to, maybe we can facilitate some of that in a general forum to bring you guys up to speed on what's going on too. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. There's some new rules related to the PPP, and they just went into effect yesterday. I know we've said over and over that this is it, this is what we got to know, and here's what you need to do. And just like everything in this, they keep changing it on us. So first of all, this is for those who have a Schedule C, a sole proprietorship, single member LLC. You file a Schedule C. This is not for a C Corp, this is not for an S Corp, and this is not for a partnership. So if you've been hearing on the news a lot about how you can file get a bigger amount, this is only for Schedule Cs, and it's very similar to what they did for farms, Schedule Fs, a little while ago, but this is for Schedule Cs. And they've also said that for the next 2 weeks, businesses with less than 20 employees are going to get a priority to apply for PPP loans. So even if you don't qualify for what I'm talking about here, you do get priority to go ahead and try to get that loan if you haven't got it yet. But let's stay on topic here. I want to talk about this new deal. So what they've said is that you can apply for the PPP based on your gross revenue. And that is a massive change. I mean, it's completely different than anything else. And it could really open it up for a lot of you, because at first, I'll be honest, it bothered me. But I don't make the laws. I'm here to help you, so I'm going to do it either way. But then I got to thinking, a lot of you take a lot of mileage expense, or maybe in 2019 you bought some new equipment and you took advantage of those available tax deductions and lowered your income, and so you didn't have any income or very little, and you didn't qualify for help. So what they've said is, you know what? We know that's happened to a lot of people, and we're going to allow them to do it based off of their gross revenue. So when you're filling out the application for the PPP, you're now going to take your gross revenue, line 1 on your Schedule C, and divide it by 12, up to a maximum of $100,000. So if your revenue last year was $50,000, well, in 2019, $50,000, you take 50,000, divide that by 12, and that is now your monthly payroll that you can multiply times 2.5. That's completely different than net. You may have shown a loss, but now it's off of gross. If you made $300,000 in sales last year, you're still going to be capped at $100,000, which falls in line with a lot of the other programs. So the maximum loan under this deal is $20,833, I believe. It's $100,000 divided by 12 times 2.5, and I think you're going to find that's right at $20,833. And so that is the maximum loan. So if you applied for the loan and you're a Schedule C and maybe you only got $10,000, when you go to do the second PPP, you would qualify off of your gross. So hopefully I'm making this very, very clear. Take your gross revenue, line 1 on your Schedule C, divide by 12, multiply it times 2.5. If you are in hospitality or restaurants, so your restaurants, your bars, your motels, if you start with a 7.2, you can take that number and multiply it times 3.5. So this really could help a lot of you. Now, what do we not know? We don't know if we're going to be able to amend the old loan. So if you did a first PPP, and we did the way they said to do it, and you got less than 20,000, can we amend and pick up the rest? I don't know. They haven't said yet. There is no guidance yet. They just made it They said it goes into effect. We got to figure it out. So at some point, I think over the next week or two, hopefully we'll get some guidance. We haven't yet, so I don't know. We may not. But as far as amending it, for now, we can't. There are some who think we will be able to. There's some who say we can't. I don't know, because who knows what they're going to do up there. But once they do know, I will let you know. So now I'm talking backwards, but it's okay. So I think that should answer it for you guys. Schedule C, maximum loan up to $20,000. Use your gross revenue, not your net. For now, we can't amend. What if you've already applied for the second PPP, but you haven't been approved yet? I would be on the phone in the morning, and I would be calling my banker and say, hey, hold up, can we stop this? I want to make sure I'm taking advantage of the new rules, because once it's been approved, we don't know if we're going to be able to go back. Plus, who wants to go through the process twice, right? So if it hasn't been approved, call your banker, try to get it stopped, and then we'll just see what happens. So hopefully that explains it. If you have any more questions and it wasn't quite clear, you can leave a message or a question down below. Please give us a thumbs up on this, like it. I would subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot more. This year, I'm hoping we're going to put most of this behind us, and we're going to move into more things such as tax planning, tax strategies for businesses and individuals, and use this platform to help you guys in a lot more ways than just PPP, because to be honest, I'm about done with it. So hopefully that helps, and hopefully we'll see a lot of you guys next week. And as I learn more on this and it can give you better answers, I will. I'm sorry it doesn't help those of you with S Corps and partnerships and C Corps. I don't make the rules, I just tell you, and then I try to do my best to do the best I can for you. So that's it. Have a wonderful weekend.